Hello, I am Nurul Athar, PMP, CPHIMS and Untitled certified, and welcome to PMP exam preparation video. In previous video, I explained how to map 49 processes in process group and knowledge area. In this presentation, I am going to explain first process group, develop project charter. PMBOK have 49 processes. Each process has input, tools and technique, and output. What is input? Any item, whether internal or external to project, that is required by process before that process proceeds, may be an output from a predecessor process. Now we'll see tools and technique. Tools: something tangible such as template or software program used in performing an activity to produce product or result. Techniques: a defined systematic procedure employed by human resource to perform an activity to produce product or result. Technique: a defined systematic procedure employed by human resource to perform an activity to produce a product or result or deliver a service, and that may imply one or more tools. Output: a product, result, service generated by process may be an input to a successor process. Okay. In house construction, let's see what is input, tools and technique, and output. All the materials which is used to construct house, we can say it's input. Okay, these are tools and technique which are used to construct house, and techniques, what techniques apply to build house, and output will be house. Now we'll explore project integration management. Under project integration management, first process is develop project charter. Input, tools and technique, and output. Inputs are business documents. Under business documents we will study business case. Second input is agreements. Third is enterprise environmental factors, and fourth is organizational process assets. Under tools and techniques we will explore expert judgment, data gathering. Under data gatherings we will explore brainstorming, focus group and interviews. Under tools and techniques, third topic is interpersonal and team skills. Under this we will explore conflict management, facilitation, meeting management, and fourth is meeting. Output is project charter and assumption log. Let's see what is develop project charter. Develop project charter is the process of developing a document that formally authorizes the existence of a project and provides the project manager with authority to apply organizational resources to project activities. The key benefit of this process are that it provides a direct link between the project and the strategic objectives of the organization, create a formal record of project, and shows the organizational commitment to the project. This process is performed once or at predefined points in the project. The project charter establishes a partnership between the performing and requesting organization. In the case of external project, a formal contract is typically the preferred way to establish an agreement. A project charter may still be used to establish internal agreements within an organization to ensure proper delivery under the contract. The approved project charter formally initiates the projects. A project manager is identified and assigned as early in the project as is feasible, preferably while project charter is being developed and always prior to starting off the planning. The project charter can be developed by the sponsor or the project manager in collaboration with the initiating entities. This collaboration allows the project manager to have a better understanding of project purpose, objectives, and expected benefits. This understanding will better allow for efficient resources allocation to project activities. The project charter provides project manager with the authority to plan, execute, and control the projects. Projects are initiated by an entity external to projects such as a sponsor, program, or project management office (PMO), or portfolio governing body, chairperson, or authorized representative. The project's initiator or sponsor should be at level that is appropriate to procure funding and commit resources to the projects. A project charter is not considered to be a contract because there is no consideration or money promised or exchanged in this creation. Okay. Now let's go back to main page. Now we'll explore topics under inputs. First is business documents. The business case and the benefits management plan are sources of information about project objectives and how the project will contribute to the business goal. Although the business documents are developed prior to the project, they are reviewed periodically. Business case. The approved business case or similar is the business document most commonly used to create the project charter. The business case describes the necessary information from a business standpoint to determine whether the expected outcomes of the project justify the required investment. It is commonly used for a decision making by a manager or executive above the project level. Typically, the business need and the cost benefit analysis are contained in the business case to justify and establish boundaries for the projects. Okay, this diagram represents example of business case. Okay, problem, solution, approach, risk assessment, value analysis. Under problem, what is the problem we are trying to solve? What is the business opportunity? Solution, how can we address the problem or take advantage of the business opportunities? Approach, what are the viable options available to implement the solutions? Risk assessment, what are the risks associated with each option? What is the risk of doing nothing? And value analysis, what business value is generated from each option? The business case is created as a result of one or more of the following: market demand, organizational need, customer request, technological advance, legal requirement, and ecological impacts, and social needs. We can use mnemonic technique to memorize it. That is, let's mark. Okay, let's mark where L stand for legal requirement, E stand for ecological impacts, T stand for technological advance, S stand for social needs, M stand for market demand, O stand for organizational need, and C stand for customer request. This figure represents business case format. The project charter incorporates the appropriate information for the project for the business documents. Okay, this picture represents example of project charter. Under project charter, there is a project title, problem statement, goal statement, etc. The project manager does not update or modify the business documents since they are not project documents. However, the project manager may make recommendation. Here, point to be noted, business documents are not project documents. Okay. Now we'll explore next inputs, agreements. Agreements are used to define initial intention for a project. Agreement may take form of contract, memorandum of understandings, MOUs, service level agreement, SLA, letter of agreement, letter of intent, verbal agreement, email or other written agreement. We can use mnemonic technique to memorize it, that is email c.mao.sla@laliwa.ua. Okay, email c.mao.sla@laliwa.ua, where where E represent email agreement, C represent contract, MOU represent memorandum of understanding, SLA represents service level agreement, LA represent letter of agreement, LI represent letter of intent, and VA represent verbal agreement, OWA represent other written agreement. Okay. Typically, a contract is used when project is being performed for an external customer. Okay, now we'll explore input, enterprise, environmental factors. The enterprise environmental factors that can influence the develop project charter process include, but are not limited to, government or industry standards, for example, product standards, quality standards, safety standards, and workmanship standards, legal and regulatory requirements and or constraints, marketplace conditions, organizational culture and political climate, organizational governance framework, a structured way to provide control, direction and coordination through people, policies and process to meet organizational strategic and operational goal, and stakeholders' expectation and risk thresholds. We can use mnemonic technique to memorize it. Government industry standard. Okay, government industry standard use legal and regulatory requirement constant to check market conditions. Organizational governance framework help to check stakeholders' expectation and risk thresholds and manage organizational culture and political climate. Okay, I will read it again. Government industry standard use legal and regulatory requirement / constraint to check marketplace conditions. Organizational governance framework help to check stakeholders' expectation and risk thresholds and manage organizational culture and political climate. Okay, where? Okay, government industry standards, we take it from here. Legal and regulatory requirement and or constraint come from here. Organizational governance framework. Okay, marketplace condition. Okay, organizational and stakeholder expectation from here. Organizational culture and political climate from here. Okay, now we'll explore organizational process ethics. The organizational process ethics that can influence the develop project charter process include, but are not limited to, organizational standard, policies, process and procedures, portfolio, program and project governance framework, governance functions and process to provide guidance and decision making, monitoring and reporting methods, templates, for example, project charter template, and historical information and lesson learned repository. For example, project records and documents, information about results of previous project selection decision, and information about previous project performance. We can use mnemonic technique to memorize it. That is, organizational standard policies, processes, and procedures are used to develop portfolio, program, and project governance framework. Templates organize historical information and lesson learned repository and help in monitoring and reporting methods. I'll read it again. Organizational standard policies, processes, and procedures are used to develop portfolio, program, and project governance framework. Templates organize historical information about template organize historical information and lesson learned repository and help in monitoring and reporting methods. From here we get it. Okay. Organizational standard policies, processes and procedures, portfolio and program and project governance framework, templates, historical information and lesson learned repository, and monitoring and reporting methods. Okay. These are all organizational process assets. Now we will explore tools and technique under develop project charter. First is expert judgment. Expert judgment is defined as a judgment provided based upon expertise in an application area, knowledge area, discipline, industry, etc. as appropriate for activity being performed. Such expertise may be provided by any group or person with specialized education, knowledge, skills, experience, or training. Okay. This diagram represents about expert judgment. Okay. For this process, expertise should be considered from individual or groups with specialized knowledge of or training in the following topics: organizational strategy, benefit management, technical knowledge of the industry and focus area of the project, duration and budget estimation, and risk identifications. Now let's explore next tools and technique, that is data gathering. Data gathering techniques that can be used for this process include but are not limited to brainstorming, focus group, and interviews. Let's explore brainstorming. This technique is used to identify a list of ideas in a short period of time. It is conducted in a group environment and is led by a facilitator. Brainstorming comprises two parts: idea generation and analysis. Brainstorming can be used to gather data and solutions or ideas from stakeholders, subject matter experts, and team members when developing the project charter. This diagram is an example of brainstorming. Now we'll explore focus group. Focus group bring together stakeholders and subject matter experts to learn about pursued project risk, success criteria, and other topics in a more conversational way than a one-on-one interview. Okay. This diagram represents focus group. Interviews. Interviews are used to obtain information on high-level requirement, assumption, or constant, approval criteria, and other information from stakeholders by talking directly to them. We can use mnemonic technique to memorize it. Data gathering tools. FBI, where F represent focus group, B represent brainstorming, and I represent interviews. Now we'll explore next tools and technique, that is interpersonal and team skills. Interpersonal and team skills that can be used for this process include, but are not limited to, conflict management, facilitation, and meeting management. Let's explore first conflict management. Conflict management can be used to help bring stakeholders into alignment on the objective, success criteria, high-level requirements, project description, summary, milestone, and other element of the charter. Let's explore facilitation. Facilitation is the ability to effectively guide a group even to successful decision solutions or conclusion. A facilitator ensures that there is a effective participation about participant achieve mutual understanding, that all contributors are considered, that conclusion or result have full buy-in according to the decision process established for the project, and that the actions and agreement achieved are appropriately dealt with afterwards. This diagram represents facilitation. Example. Now we'll explore meeting management. Meeting management includes preparing the agenda, ensuring that a representative for each key stakeholder group is invited, and preparing and sending the follow-up. This diagram represents about meeting management, meeting preparation, agendas, ideas, action item, and summary. We can use mnemonic technique to memorize it. FMC. Okay. FMC, where F represents facilitation, M represent meeting management, and C represent conflict management. Now we'll explore next tools and technique, that is meetings. For this process, meetings are held with key stakeholders to identify the project objectives, success criteria, key deliverables, high-level requirements, summary milestones, and other summary informations. Okay, this diagram represents about meetings. There is a project charter, and project charter contains scope, major participants, objectives, measurement, assumption and restriction, and what is project management authority, project manager authority. Now we'll explore output in develop project charter. First output is project charter. Okay, the project charter is the document issued by a project initiator or sponsor that formally authorizes the existence of a project and provides the project manager with authority to apply organizational resources to project activities. It documents the high-level information on project and on the product, service, or result the project is intended to satisfy, such as project purpose, measurable project objectives and related success criteria, high-level requirements, high-level project description, boundaries and key deliverables, overall project risk, summary milestone schedule, approved financial resources, key stakeholder list, project approved requirement, for example, what constitutes project success, who decide the project is successful, and who sign off the project. Project exit criteria, what are the conditions to be met in order to close or to cancel the project or phase. Assigned project manager, responsibility and authority level, and name and authority of a sponsor or other person authorizing the project charter. At high level, the project charter ensures common understanding by the stakeholders of the key deliverables, milestones, and the roles and responsibilities of everyone involved in the projects. This diagram represents project charter. Okay, what is the title of the project, reducing the discarded plasma unit, who is project champion, who is project leader. Here problem statement, project goal, scope, measurement, methodology, participant organization, benefits, phase, and milestones. Now we'll explore next output, that is assumption log. Assumption logs. High-level strategic and operational assumption and constraint are normally identified in the business case before the project is initiated and will flow into the project charter. Lower-level activity and task assumptions are generated throughout the project, such as defining technical specification, estimates, the schedule risk, etc. The assumption log is used to record all assumptions and constraints throughout the project lifecycle. Okay, this diagram represents assumption and constraint log. Example, there is a ID. Each assumption log must have a unique ID. There is a category, assumption and constraint, who is responsible, due date, actions, status, and comments. Okay, that brings us to the end of my presentation. Thanks for watching. In coming presentation, we'll explore develop project management plan. If you like this presentation, please subscribe my channel to receive notification when new videos are uploaded.